Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Let's start with the news today. Biden European troops would be heavy on display of Western unities, but could be light on action to stop Putin-Ukraine war. CNN President Joe Biden and his fellow world leaders hope to finalize and unveil a package of new measures to punish Russia, help Ukraine and demonstrate Western unities at a third string of emergency summit in Europe this week. But aside from a democratic wartime show resolve, few observers believe anything their leaders can agree upon will be enough to end bloodshed in Ukraine and dissuade Russian President Vladimir Putin from continuing his attacks that are increasingly harming civilians. Since the prospects of the NATO leaders summit was first broached roughly 2 weeks ago, American and European officials have been discussing potential announcements for leaders to make a conclusion of the gathering, according to the several people familiar with their plans. That could include news rounds of sanctions on Russian oligarchs, additional measures restricting the country's finance, and new steps to limit import on Russian energy products. Discussions are also underway on what measures can be unveiled to provide more support for Ukraine, including new shipment of military assistance or financial aid to bolster the country's defenses. And Biden has left open the option of scaling up U.S. troops deployment to NATO members along the alliance eastern edge, reinforcing Americans' commitment to European defense at a critical moment. But the stark reality is that those moves are unlikely to curb Putin's will loom over Biden's visit to Brussels for a snap meeting of the North Atlantic Treaties organizations, along with a special session of the European Councils and a gathering of G7. Biden could also add another stop in Eastern Europe, potentially Poland, officials have said. He departed Washington on Wednesday for the high-level diplomatic maneuvers, while Biden has been successful in rallying European and Asian allies behind a punishing set of sanctions and unparalleled levels of military assistance. He and his NATO counterparts have drawn lines at where their support will end. And while all parties seem to support a diplomatic resolutions to the crisis, US and European officials say parameters of such a settlement remain murky. That leaves open how Biden's visit to Europe, one of the inflection moments of his presidencies, can alter the course of the worst conflict in Europe since World War II, and it poses another discussion point that world leaders must begin to broach. What happens if when Ukraine can no longer withstand Russian assault? They are going to have to look at what happens if Ukraine is lost, said retired Army General Wes Clark, a former NATO's Supreme Allied Commander. After they have waged their problem of what happened in Ukraine falls, they have to consider what more can be done to sustain Ukraine in the fight. Yes, there is a risk. There is also a risk in dealing with Mr. Putin. This is the end of our news today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.